Deborah O'Leary's come armed with a cautionary tale for Martin James, following a fashion faux pas which left her fuming.
As soon as I saw the programme, I said, I really need to speak to them about this company, because it's ridiculous.
Deb's fashion disaster all started when she spotted a lovely-looking top online.
Just popped up and I thought, oh, that looks nice tops. And I thought, oh, I'll try that one.
At £30, including postage, she wasn't expecting haute couture, but she says the top that arrived was barely even ready to wear.
It was shocking. The neck was cut with scissors and not hemmed. The bottom all the way round was just a blunt cut with scissors. It was flimsy material. I wouldn't pay £2 for it.
She'd actually paid much more for her horror top. And while the fashion world is known for its inflated prices, Deb's wasn't standing for it. But getting a refund was easier said than done.
I went to send it back. I looked at the return details on the website. You can only get so far. You start to try and click on things, nothing happens.
Yeah.
After more digging, Debs discovered the retailer was actually based in China, and she would have to foot the bill for sending the top back. And on top of that, she discovered another reason not to bother.
I believe the company do offer refunds, but it's not the full amount, is it?
No, 25%.
Wow, so that's really not even remotely anywhere near what you pay.
And that's a battle in itself to get that.
And how much would it cost you to actually return the goods back to China?
Approximately between £20 and £40, depending on what you're returning.
So in effect, you may actually end up paying more money to return it than you spent in the first place.
Absolutely, yeah.
But what Debs finds almost as annoying as the top itself is that she had no idea it wasn't being sold by a company based here in the UK.
Well, I think, Debs, this is something that I'm hearing about an awful lot more. And actually, many people tell me that when they order goods, they assume that because the package and postage isn't ridiculously high, that it's going to be a UK company. I will confess, I fell for this over Christmas and ended up waiting 5 weeks for something that I thought was coming from the UK. So it was a lesson to me as well that we all have to look at the delivery instructions and the time it's going to take for goods to arrive, and then make a decision about whether we want to take a risk or not. This is a real big problem and something that the government needs to address in terms of clarity of how these things are advertised and whether we should start saying where goods are coming from.
But Deb's fashion disaster doesn't need to have an unhappy ending.
Because you paid on a plastic card, we can ask your bank if they can recall the money on the grounds that you haven't got what you were supposed to be buying.
By using a process known as chargeback, which applies to almost all credit and debit cards, even for smaller purchases like this, Debs could send in her bank to get the money back, so she won't even have to bother trying again with the company in China. But after we filmed, Debs decided to put the whole business behind her and has chosen instead to get some value out of the top by cutting it up and using it as dusters.
Thank you for coming in to talk to us today.
Yeah, thank
you very much. Enjoy the shopping.
Thank you.
Week in, week out.